Hi, this is a short screencast about the sociology documentary, a final project for your Socio 111. Before I give you the format, here are some helpful tips when you are conducting the documentary. First, with regards to conduct and behavior, please remember to be simple and establish good relationship with the respondent. This means that you don't have to make them feel that you are um, separated from them, that you are in any way superior to them. Um, it is important to make your respondents complete to make your respondents feel completely that um, you are just like any ordinary person here in this society. Sometimes when they feel that you are not sometimes, but most of the time, if they feel that you are you are different from them, maybe in clothes, in the way you talk, or in the way you carry yourself, they have the tendency to shut, to keep things from you, in a way that is also a Hawthorne effect, where because they tend to, their behaviors tend to change. Now, another one is when you're asking questions, always be sensitive. Always remember to package your questions so that you won't be able to, or you won't be offending other people. Remember that you are talking to people that are coming from different social strata. Some of them are poor, some of them are uneducated, some of them are even um, coming from tribal communities. So please always remember to package your questions, especially if there are certain issues that are very culturally sensitive, like in terms of culture, like in terms of religion. Always be sensitive. Okay? You don't have to be shy, you just have to be sensitive. Okay? The next one is always choose your terms or language. Like I said, remember that you are talking to ordinary people here. Not all of them have gone to college. Not all of them are familiar with the terms that you use. Not all of them are familiar with the language that you use. So please, if you're going to ask them for an interview for your documentary, please ask them in the simplest language that you can think of. Okay. Now next, in terms of communications, you need to establish good communications not only to the respondent but as well as to other people like your group mates and perhaps your guardian or family. Establish your network with your respondent. Establish your network with your contact persons and find reliable contact persons. Why? Because you need to find contact persons who would also ensure that the people that they are going to recommend to you are people whom you can trust and people who don't give you any risk in conducting the said documentary. The next would be always come in plain attire. This is a reminder that I'm giving to all students of mine because you always give the risk of Hawthorne effect, especially if you come, making an interview if you're wearing your uniforms or if you're wearing any luxury or jewelry. It's always the risk of it's always giving the risk of the Hawthorne effect, primarily because they feel that you are different from them. They don't find you completely, they cannot associate themselves with you because by plain appearance, people judge by what they see. So please always come in plain attire. If you can come in your plain ordinary clothes, shirt, I don't know, rubber shoes or slippers, in your most comfortable attire, don't bring any luxuries or don't show any luxuries, okay? Now, the next one is in terms of security and safety. Always work as a group. Remember to keep the buddy-buddy system, okay? Never go on alone unless, of course, you are, I don't know, a ninja or whatever. It's always best to, just for matters of security and safety, work with buddy-buddy system. Always work as a group. Now, also make sure that all lines of communications are available. Um, you can text, you can call, all your phones are fully charged, I guess. Now, don't wear any luxuries and jewelry in order to safeguard those valuables that you have. That's very obvious. Okay? You might be going in communities which are, not as safe as the environment that we are enjoying in school. So please avoid wearing any luxury and jewelry. Now, also determine the location prior to going to that field, prior to going into conducting that interview. Please make sure that the location is safe in the first place. Okay? Um, Lastly, you have to make sure that you go there on the right time. It's either morning or early afternoon. Okay? I don't want my students going there late in the afternoon and going out of the area um, when it's already dark. For security reasons and for obvious reasons, please be be mindful of this. Use your common sense. Again, I tell you, use your common sense with regards to safety and security. Okay. Now, concerning the documentary format, there are some things that you have to remember, okay, before I give the format. First, always be creative. Don't bore me. I have given some links on our Facebook group showing some sample documentaries which are very simple, but at the same time has a very strong impact. Okay? If you notice, the documentaries that are in there have some subtitles or perhaps are showing a clear manifestation of social issues, a clear manifestation of culture, and so that is a very helpful way to really communicate and connect with me as your teacher and connect with your audience. The last one is make sure that the audio is clear. Okay? Aside from ensuring that, what we see visually, the video, you should also ensure that the audio is clear, because after all, it's going to be something that we can use to learn and to understand social issues. Okay? And lastly, the final project should be burnt in a blank DVD. I don't know, it's just like 10 15 piece 10 or 15 pesos per DVD. So, I'm sure that you can find a good DVD that doesn't jump or doesn't have any issues. So please, just burn it in a blank DVD, in AVI format, in .mov format, as long as it can be played using a computer. Okay? On the blank DVD, of course, you're going to put that in a sleeve or in a DVD case. Write the time schedule, maybe your course and your section, the name of the members, and the contribution in the documentary. Alright, let's move on. Format of the documentary. Number one, keep in mind that you should place an introduction. It's a simple background of the topic. Okay? Make it interesting. Try to impress me or impress your audience. You can make it as some sort of TV show, or maybe like a simple documentary that you see on TV, like the Reporter's Notebook, like the other documentary that I placed or that I shared on our Facebook group. Please be creative. Again, be creative. You are putting a documentary which other people will also see, not only for your class or for other classes, but as well as other classes that will be taking up Sociology 111. Now, part 2 of the documentary will consist of interviews / insights / comments of the respondents. Okay? Make sure you have a questionnaire. Why? Because the questionnaires purpose is for that you can deliver your questions in an organized way, in a sequential way, and you don't have to cram. Okay? But at the same time, make it spontaneous. You don't have to make it very mechanical that you give a question and then the respondent gives an answer. Guys, I'm sure that you have watched some really good documentaries. So please try to be creative when you're asking questions from your respondents. Number two, you can also make additional inputs in between. A short ad lib like statistics, like theories, like findings in sociology, like concepts in sociology. Anything that would support, anything that would um, give a solid grounding for the interviews and the insights of your respondents. Okay, part three of the format of the documentary is the summary and synthesis. Now, give an overview of all the opinions of the respondents. It's like synthesizing the ideas of all the respondents. I don't think that I have to explain that. That is very self explanatory. Now, number four, just the conclusion and recommendation. Make a conclusion about the documentary. What have you learned? What have you found out? Um, what are the things that really can contribute, or what is sociological about your documentary? Make a simple conclusion, okay? You don't have to um, really be technical about it. What we want to emerge in the documentary is to make it a sociological documentary and a very creative one, okay? Also, give your stand for the recommendation. After giving some conclusions, you can make any recommendation to improve the current situation, to improve the current social issue, to give a solution or a suggestion for the current social issue. And that would be something that would conclude number four of your documentary, part four of your documentary. Okay? And lastly, place credits the name and the contribution of each members, just like how you see it, um, in any good old movie. So I do hope that this is useful, and I wish you good luck.